Hello everyone, how y'all doing? Nice sunny morning that we have here. Yeah, so I thought I'd come out here because I've only just had this real epiphany about how we've actually gone about life. We've turned it into a massive chore. Because I was only just thinking about this when I was trying to find, I guess, some gamified games to teach me maths, to teach me science. Like I went and got Brilliant. I went and got Kerbal Space Program to like help me learn physics and all that other kind of thing. And then it all of a sudden hit me. We have turned all of these wonderful things that should be of interest to us, whether it be music, whether it be science, mathematics, um, painting, drawing, we've made it a massive chore. Somewhere down the line, we decided that work is supposed to be drudgery. Work is supposed to be not fun. It's not supposed to be joyful. It's not supposed to be. I guess we all want fulfilling work, but I think we forget what that really means, right? You know, I can actually think of many examples of how we've absolutely ruined it. Because like when we go to school, there is plenty of kids there who are more than willing to learn mathematics and do all other kinds of crazy stuff, right? And or learn music. But what happens? Because I remember when I think I was in fourth grade even. I wanted to learn science, but there was nothing about it. And even by the time like year 7 got around, I did do science as one of my subjects. But guess what? It was stuff I already knew. I was sitting in a class full of kids that weren't interested in it, and I lost interest. Same thing with mathematics, so like disruptions and things like that, and we turn it into a chore. And I think this also can happen with things like music as well. You know, the amount of times I've heard about you know, sort of I guess are typically people of the Asian persuasion, and parents are like berating their kids to learn the violin or piano or guitar or anything like that. It's like, why you not practice? Why you not practice? And then it's like it. But doing that, we are actually pushing people to see all these different noble pursuits as work, as drudgery. You know, and yeah, with all those games, I was trying to bring some joy back into my life by gamifying it and learning mathematics and physics in a fun way. You know, I think we're too obsessed with productivity, and I think that's another problem too, because when we think we're being, because like it's like, oh, work, it needs to be fucking productive. You need to be actually doing something, producing something. Sure, but I don't think productivity is really the point. You know, because and I don't think it's the point of existence, really. Productivity isn't the point of existence. High consciousness isn't actually the point of existence. It's the experience. Now, this is something I always had a huge problem with, right? Like, well, if I'm here for the experience, it's a pretty fucking. Well, I'm much better now, but like for about the first 27 years of my life, when I sort of learned, okay, that we're here for an experience, it's like, well, it's a pretty shitty experience. I mean, I'm working a job I hate. I feel miserable. I'm depressed. I've still got addictions and all this other fucking fucked up shit, right? You know, it's like, oh, an experience. Well, that's fucking great. But something else hit me the other day. I looked up what the term fun meant. Its etymology. Fun is derived. Well, its root word is, well, its root meaning rather is to be a fool, to fool around, to amuse yourself essentially. And what's the first major tarot trump in the major arcana? The Fool. The Fool. And it's the source of it. And it's the source of everything that of creation. So it made me wonder if the Fool is like in its name, that the whole purpose of existence, in a sense, is to actually have fun and play and all that other kind of thing, then I think we've missed the point. You know, there's only so far. You can only get so far, I think, with your work, with your pursuits, and many other things, by just simply calling it work. Because if you call it work all the time and you're always like, oh, I'm working, it's like, maybe fucking stop that. Don't work. I don't mean be frivolous and go jack off and or play video games or whatever. I think we need to recontextualize what work really means, because I think we've completely ruined it. We've ruined what really means to work. And I think a part of it is because it is shoved so deep into our souls as children that work must be laborious, it must be hard, it must, and that your fun time is outside of work. It's separate. Your playtime outside of work, separate. It's become the norm. So when we try to work towards something, even our true will, we immediately get bogged down and say, "Oh, this is hard. I feel frustrated." But that's the thing. We then interpret it as work. We don't want work. We want fun, right? So for me, I've been trying this whole time. When I looked at some old assignments that I pulled up from it was like 15 years ago when I was in high school, or even when I was 13, I had articles like I had like something called personal learning plan, or some shit like that. And I said I was really passionate about mathematics and gaming, and I was so surprised to hear the word mathematics in that assignment. Okay, I was blown away that I said that. And then I found another article. So yeah, mathematics, video games, and then I found another article where I wrote up this science article, I think when I was like 11 maybe even. And I sent it off to some scientific journalist where I talked about games being great for your brain and all that other kind of thing, right? But I don't think that's the point, right? The point was, I was trying to reconcile my fun and what I really wanted to do. I had separated joy from my true will. I'd separated joy from my purpose. I thought it had to be hard. I was told everything had to be fucking hard. It has to be difficult. It has to suck. You know? We were all told, like, work has to fucking suck. You have to grind yourself into bits, get cancer, and become sick and all that other kind of crap. It's not good. We need to recontextualize that, people. We've turned existence into a chore. I mean, look at some of the stuff that we do as hobbies, right? Some people go do hunting as a hobby, farming as a hobby, mining as a hobby, prospecting as a hobby, sluicing for gold. All of this stuff that we used to do for a living, like 2,000 years ago, we now see it as a pastime. Martial arts, another thing, pastime. Being a warrior, sort of pastime, like medieval martial arts. I can't remember what it's called, what it's specifically called, but like people going out on the weekend, getting full dress and armor and battling. Like, you know, we do all kinds of shit that were fucking professions as hobbies now. And I was actually looking at like some of the meanings of what a job is, what slavery is, and all other kinds of things. So slavery actually, sort of comes from the word drudgery, which in Czech word to mean robot, forced labor. And a job is to peck, to prod. So you're just pushing a button all day. That's what it fucking feels like in office work, man. You're just pushing a button. It's shit. No one wants to live that way. And drudgery is like, it's menial and hard. That we have to toil and work and suffer and all this other kind of crap. And then, to top it all off, where was I going with this? Yeah, we've completely ruined by separating it. You know? It's hard. And I think we've never actually really transcended slavery. We're slaves with shopping privileges. And you know, when you look in history, slaves weren't just people they weren't always just people bound in chains and things like that. Some definitions of slavery were actually quite broad. Some slaves could own businesses. Some slaves could actually own property. Slavery is more common than you think. And for me, I want to bring fun back into my existence. Bring joy back into my existence. Oh yeah, and that's another thing. The word game, the etymology of it means amusement, joy. You know, that's why we play video games, right? It's a fucking dead-end pursuit, but there's a reason we play it. It's because it's a microcosmic expression of what existence is about, the experience. No one ever plays a fucking video game to earn a living, okay? No one ever plays a video game to, but we challenge ourselves with it. We challenge ourselves. We try to learn new things about it. We try to perfect things in it, perfecting our build orders in real-time strategy, or honing our reflexes in Counter-Strike, or whatever shit you're into, or grand strategy like Civilization and stuff like that. Point being is, you could say that some of that stuff that we do inside a game is work, and we like to perfect and get better at it, but we don't do it because we'll get a reward from it, because we get the satisfaction. Well, the actual experience, the actual, I guess, pursuit of getting better at the game is the reward in of itself. Existence should be a fucking reward in of itself, and it's not for most people. And that's why you have soaring suicide rates. Like 20% of people gobbling on antidepressants, ADHD, hypersexuality, but it also simultaneously, people have less sex than ever, you know? And I thought this is like a pretty important video, because I've just realized that I need to reorient myself personally too. This is a message for everyone. We need to rethink how we look at work. We need to rethink how we look at productivity. We need to rethink what the point of existence is. And I think it's for fun and joy. And it is. Otherwise, there really is no point. Like, I don't really agree with the whole, you've been put on this planet. Like, even in like some more spiritual circles and mysteries, it's like, you're put on this planet to be like a steward of the earth. It's like, cool. So I was born into existence just to toil? Seriously? That's why I'm here. We should be working, but it has to be meaningful, and work should be joyful. Work needs to have joy in it. There needs to be love. You need to love your work, and you need to have joy in your work. Otherwise, you're lost. And, that's what I was trying to do that whole time when I was finding, gamified stuff to help me learn physics and mathematics and chemistry. And that's why we've become a little bit obsessed with gamifying stuff, I guess. It's because we want to, I guess, one, show that we're actually succeeding and getting better, and all other kinds of things. And another thing is, I guess, yeah, I think it's pretty simple, and that's, we need to have more fun, people. John D's nuts. Anyway, guys, this was a very important video, and I don't think I've ever talked this loudly before, or for this long, on one thing. And I think it might be one of my main focuses, you know, to bring, for people, for me to sort of send to everyone. We need to bring joy back into existence. Telling people, I think it's more important to bring joy and well-being back into someone's life than it is to make them productive, or to, I guess, contribute to the world somehow, okay? Well, my contribution to the world is to tell people to bring more joy to themselves and find it and search for it. Because work, we've twisted it and we've perverted it and profaned it. See you guys later. Thanks for watching.